Okay, boys, have a great idea for this podcast episode intro. Do you know Wayne's World?
No.
Okay, yeah. Welcome to the podcast, everyone.
I think that was a good intro.
Talking about things that we don't really know. This is the Pogcast. Return of the King to Attack of the Clones. This is the Pogcast. It makes no sense, and that's what we're here for. This is the Pogcast. Like and
Okay,
subscribe.
welcome to this episode of the podcast.
This is a new day,
Yep,
new time.
yep.
This is new topics that probably
Yep.
most definitely aren't going to cross over with the last episode.
Well, this episode is this episode is going to be, if you're seeing us talk right now, this is an episode that happened if we couldn't record in a week. So this is just canned episode,
Filler.
Yeah.
like canned fish episode.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or spam.
Yeah, spam.
Hitman's Bodyguard.
Fish spam.
Have you guys seen it?
Yes. Very
Sure.
good movie.
It's very
Yeah,
well
One of
made.
my
it's-
favorites.
Yeah. It's amazing.
It's so funny.
Ryan Reynolds and Samuel L. Jackson. You cannot get much better than that.
Two of my favorite, when I first saw that movie, it was two of my favorite actors. And they're just both in such good roles for each other. And like the scene where he's sitting at the bar as like the gunfight's going on behind him, and he's like,
Yeah.
he doesn't deserve me. He just and then he
That
like he
man
gets a
single-handedly ruined the word motherfucker.
it's a great
is-
movie.
That is probably one of my top 5 favorites. It's just the sheer comedy mixed with the decent action of it.
It's also
Great.
got good action and stuff.
Yeah, like that. It's got some fun car chases. Oh, and then that scene where Ryan Reynolds and Samuel Jackson, the characters, they're in the car, and I think he's on the phone. I think Ryan Reynolds is on the phone with the lady, the cop that he's dating or broke up with or something like that, and Samuel L. Jackson hits a barricade, and Ryan Reynolds goes flying through the window. He's just standing there, what the fuck?
And then yeah, it's a great movie. It's
What
so
movie?
good.
I missed you when you first said it.
Oh, Hitman's Bodyguard.
Okay, haven't seen it.
Hitman's Bodyguard. Yeah.
You gotta
Or that
watch some
or that
Christopher
scene where
Nolan
Samuel
comedy as well.
Jackson's character is describing like when he first met the love of his life. Also, there's a second one coming out soon.
I hope it's as good. Like,
I hope it's good. Some of the jokes that they showed in the trailer were quite good. So
Yeah, I'm hoping
hopefully
that's not the
that's-
peak of the comedy. I'm
yeah,
hoping that's the
Yeah.
Those-
mid to low.
yeah.
Mhm. Yeah.
Hmm.
So have you been noticing how this is like, I'm going to introduce a serious 5 minutes here. So have you been noticing how Disney, a lot of the movies they've been making recently, have really sort of just catered to just sort of memories of previous movies?
Yeah.
Even new movies like the Star Wars movies, it's basically just like, hey, it's RTT2. I remember from the original movies. And it's
You also notice how they
almost just
sort of
entirely that.
keep popping out movies that are not very good.
Yeah,
Like
they're great in the previews, but really,
What
They don't
movies
add
are you
anything.
talking about?
just pretty much everything Disney's making, minus the Avengers
I-
movies.
I
I actually
really
quite like the Lion King remake.
Yeah,
Lion King
I
remake.
like the Mulan
I
one
mean,
actually. The Mulan.
all of the remakes. Personally, I haven't seen any of them, and I'm probably not going to, just because, like, why?
Okay,
Why
I
would I do
didn't
that?
like the Mulan remake because for some reason instead of I'm biased because I love the original Mulan animation.
That's the thing. I never really watched the original Mulan. I watched it once and didn't
in
really
the
like it.
original Mulan animation, she didn't have
I didn't like the
magical
music.
powers or anything. She was just a girl who was better with the sword than 90% of people. She
Yeah.
was just an incredible warrior. And in the
Yeah.
remake, they gave her some kind of magic and stuff, and it just
Yeah,
kind
that
of,
was yeah, I didn't really get that one.
Yeah,
they
I feel
had
like
to overpower
think
her.
Yeah.
yeah, I feel like
They
it's
didn't need to do
better
that.
if she was just like someone that overcame like
Mhm.
overcame what am I trying to say? Like overcame, I guess, like that overcame barriers not through some crazy magic power, but
Yeah,
through
but
like
through just
will and
sheer hard
skill.
work and skill and
Yeah.
willpower and stuff. Yeah.
Like that was the original Mulan, was that she was just an incredible warrior, and
Yeah,
that was
totally.
point blank the end. She was
Yeah.
still a girl. She wasn't overly masculine. She was just an incredible warrior. She
Yeah.
didn't need anything special about her. And in the
Mhm.
remake, they're like, no,
Let's make
let's amp it
magic.
up.
Yeah.
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 Mm.
But some of the Disney movies that I've watched recently have been pretty good. Rava, Rava King of Dragons or Age of Dragons or something like
I
that.
I don't know of that.
It was released on Disney Plus only,
Oh.
and it was
Yeah.
pretty good.
Hmm.
Also, Captain America or Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
That was good.
Yeah,
That was
all
really
all
good.
the Marvel movies that they're doing have been good.
Ooh,
The
although a little bit of
Mandalorian,
The Mandalorian is incredible.
The Bad
Freaking
Batch.
that I haven't did I
The
watch it?
Mandalorian is just amazing.
I don't think
Okay.
I haven't watched Bad Batch yet. I'm going to.
Everyone drink because Star Wars: The Clone Wars and Rebels and The Bad Batch are all excellent.
Yeah. I haven't
They
seen
are.
Star Wars. I
Yeah.
haven't seen Rebels, but I'll
I
defer
would
to
recommend
Star Wars
Rebels.
judgment. Yeah.
Rebels is like Clone Wars, but it kind of more focuses on the sort of mystical side of the Force and
Oh,
of
cool.
the universe. And
Hmm.
they're
Oh,
dude,
neat.
it's so good. And the main bad guys, his name's Thrawn, and
Wow.
he's like a blue-skinned, red-eyed dude that's like an admiral in the
Oh.
Empire,
Oh, cool.
and he's such a good villain. He
Oh,
is
nice.
such a good villain.
Hmm.
Anyway,
Yeah.
Rebels
Okay.
is really good. It's
Yeah.
equally as good or better than Clone Wars.
But do you know what movie I really hope they do?
What?
Lando Calrissian movie. Because that would be so awesome, like a Star Wars comedy esque sort of movie. Because
Yeah,
there's all these
fair.
books like the Lando Calrissian Chronicles, and it's always just kind of him stumbling from disaster into another disaster and just wreaking havoc as he goes along, trying to just being simple and trying to make his way in the universe. Not the correct character, but I'm going to use that quote from him. But it's it's more in a more comedic style. He's like more of an anti-hero, doesn't really do too much. He just kind of barely escapes out of all these situations. I would
Kind of
love to
like
see that movie.
Deadpool style.
Yeah, kind of like that. I'd love to see, but he's just
Probably
kind of
without
bumbling
the fourth
along.
wall break.
He's kind of just bumbling along. I'd love to see that movie. Also,
The
the
Deadpool
Chewbacca
movies
movie.
were also quite good.
Also, the Chewbacca movie, because there's all this stuff about how Chewbacca was like, and he's like 150 in the original Star Wars movies. So it's also about how he was an explorer and like in space and explored all these sections that no one had really explored before and stuff. So I think that would be a great thing to make a movie about. But
Yeah.
but without like Shaun the Sheep style where there's no talking. Just
Shaun the Sheep
Stop.
sci-fi space exploration.
That's what they did. Have you seen the Shaun the Sheep movie? It's literally sci-fi.
Really?
Sci-fi.
No, I haven't.
The second Shaun the Sheep movie, it's called Farmageddon, and sci-fi. Every sci-fi trope there is in that.
Yeah. Another good piece of TV is Futurama.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm gonna
I'm a
watch that.
fan of it, to be honest.
I've watched it a bit.
Not that it's bad at all. Just not really my cup of tea.
Yeah.
I
Here's
think it's
what
an
I'll
acquired
say.
taste.
If you want a TV show where a very smart old guy and his younger, very stupid family member and a bunch of other people get on hijinks in a sci-fi world,
Rick and Morty.
don't watch Rick and Morty, watch Futurama.
Really?
Yeah,
Oh,
because like, yeah, Rick and Morty, and like people talk about like a lot of Rick and Morty fans are like, oh, it's such a smart show,
gotta have that sauce.
and oh, and then the whole Szechuan sauce thing, fuck,
Yeah.
that was disgusting. But I wonder if they
Yeah.
know
How low
that
have
they
we fallen
could.
as a species?
I wonder if they know that you can go to basically any grocery store and buy a bottle of Szechuan sauce. It's not like
Probably not.
McDonald's only.
Probably
And
You know,
they
Szechuan
probably
sauce
don't
is
know that.
great. I love Szechuan sauce.
you know,
Yeah, me
no
too.
matter what anybody ever says about Rick and Morty, it's just amazing. It's
I can
just
understand that, but all I'm saying is that if you want like an actually smart sci-fi show with all of those
Mm.
characteristics,
yeah.
watch Futurama because it like deals with a bunch of societal issues like
Yeah.
gay marriage and racism
Yeah.
and drug addiction issues, and it's also running about 18 different sci-fi tropes and making fun of
Yeah.
6 of them at once.
Yeah.
So
But the ultimate sci-fi movie of all time, Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. It's so campy, so cheesy.
the
It's based off the
movie
book series, and it's amazing.
the
Movie
movie
is amazing.
sucked.
The
That's
movie sucked.
it's so terrible. It's intentionally bad.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
I
I
don't
don't
think
know.
it's intentionally
It's
bad.
so I love the movie. I like B movies. I like the original Batman and Robin movie.
Yeah,
Have you seen
actually,
that?
I like
That's
them.
incredible.
Did you
Yeah,
like the B movie?
Yeah, the B movie is it's where it's at.
Okay, the B movie I loved,
strip that is the B movie.
and I the only reason I still watch that movie occasionally is to hear
watched it in
Jerry
years.
Seinfeld do the voice of a bee.
Yeah,
Yes. And
basically.
but the older I've gotten,
Oh,
I've
it's
started
funny now
like
that I'm older.
identifying as the villain in it. That guy is just like,
Like
why are you talking to a bee?
Literally the only normal person in that
I
entire
just love
show.
that.
Yeah.
I saw that meme where it's like, if you're thinking you're having a tough time, just remember that this guy's girlfriend cheated on him with a bee.
Yeah.
It's quite a movie. Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
The
What?
fucking B movie.
Yeah, it's what even is that movie?
What even was that?
Yeah.
Like, whose idea was it? They
Yeah.
should either be awarded or shot, and I'm not sure which.
I think awarded personally. That movie
yeah.
made me very happy when I was little.
Okay, here's a hot take. I'd never liked that movie when I was little. I'm going to be totally honest.
Oh,
But here's a hot take. The Shrek movies aren't very good.
you know,
Hmm.
I'll agree with that.
Okay.
I'll agree with
There's
that.
just like a lot of
first
fart
one-
and gross out humor.
The first
that's
one,
it.
I enjoyed the first one, but all the other ones not.
Okay. The
I didn't like
first
any of the other
one,
ones.
I think they all have really good moments. And the first one, the entirety of the first one, I really like.
Me too.
But they would not be my sort of chosen movie. Like
Me
they would
neither.
they're not my favorite. They're good.
Like at that age, for me, I was like, Cars was like my favorite movie when I was
yes,
that age.
same.
At that age, it was like the Iron Giant.
Yeah,
Mm,
you're into the classics.
Yeah,
yeah, me too.
I
Yeah.
always
Toy
have
Story
been.
took me a bit to get into. When I was little.
Aladdin. is
Aladdin, I never
probably-
really got into so many of those classic Disney movies.
For me, Aladdin's more like later in life. I haven't watched it in
Yeah.
a while, but I should.
Yeah, I didn't
Uh,
actually mind the Disney remake of that one.
Yeah, but Robin
Robin's-
Williams, you know?
hmm That was, I mean,
I
Really?
mean, the original Aladdin is probably my favorite Disney movie of all time. Just because of the sheer perfection of the comedy, and I mean, R.I.P. Robin Williams. That. Okay, I'm not somebody who really gets very affected by celebrity deaths, but Robin Williams dying was just that one hit home. Because I mean, Aladdin was one of my favorite movies. RV was one of my favorite movies. Mrs. Doubtfire, one of my favorite movies.
oh yeah,
And
Robin, yeah, Miss Doubtfire is an
Didn't-
amazing movie.
Didn't ever really like Mrs. Doubtfire.
It was weird, and I liked it when I was younger. I don't like it now, but when I was younger, it was one of my favorites. But yeah, I love Aladdin. Like right after the wedding, when there's an earthquake, or then the whole city starts rumbling, and the genie goes, the earth wasn't supposed to shake until after the honeymoon.
Oh yeah, that's actually really
Yeah,
good.
it's a great movie for like adults.
Yeah.
It's a great movie for like young kids and adults. It's until you reach that age where you're like watching it with your mom and you're getting that joke and you're like, don't laugh, don't laugh, don't laugh, don't
Yeah.
laugh, don't laugh, don't laugh, don't laugh.
Yeah, that's relatable. Yeah.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
yeah, I should fucking rewatch The Iron Giant. Holy shit, it's been a
Wait,
while.
I love the Iron Giant one. So I've not watched it in so long. I cannot remember a single plot point.
Do you want to do a watch party
Yeah, we need to do a watch party at some
Yeah.
point.
where we all watch The Iron Giant?
Yeah.
Maybe a couple of
Yeah,
classic
yeah.
Disney movies.
Oh yeah, like,
like,
we need to stay up
Iron
like late. We need to stay
Giant-
up late.
Iron Giant, Atlantis,
Oh, El
Treasure
Dorado?
Planet,
Oh,
El Dorado.
I haven't. El Dorado is a favorite of mine when I was little, but I haven't watched
What
Treasure
was that?
Planet in so long. Yeah.
What was that really fucking intense one? Where it was like
Ah.
the Earth gets destroyed and humanity is dying out.
Oh yeah,
And,
that one. Nice. That's the kids show.
Finding Earth, I think it was called.
I
Something
never
like
watched that one.
It's actually really
Yeah.
good, but it's
think
not
that
a
we
Disney
should-
movie. It just straight up is not.
It's just
like
a wannabe
an
Disney
intense
movie.
animated space pirate. Like
Yeah.
it's a good movie, but it's not Disney at all.
I think that we need to watch Treasure Planet, Iron Giant, and
It's been a while. I used to have to watch Spirit Horse, I think it was called.
El Dorado maybe.
Which
I
was like
I'm
another
for-
one of those classic Disney movies. So because my sister really liked it,
Mhm.
and I wonder if I'd like it better
Was-
now.
Was El Dorado the
The one where those two sort of Spanish scallywags get
yeah? There's the two
get
guys.
kind of lost in El Dorado and get mistaken for deities, and yeah,
Is
I
that
didn't
the one
know the
where
movie
the,
be made
the
today.
both is
El
good. Is
Dorado
that,
could not be made
Yeah.
is that where
today.
that one comes from?
There's
Okay,
no
yeah.
movie
I love
I feel
I
like
love
it could be made today.
potentially.
Potentially.
It would
I
be
feel
iffy.
like it would
be iffy.
it would star its name though. I mean, it's just such a fun movie.
El Dorado is a great movie though. Yeah.
It's I mean
That intro sequence is amazing.
oh, have you guys seen Rise of the Guardians? The
Yes.
I watched that. Yeah, that was actually
It was surprisingly good.
yeah.
That's
I feel
probably
like we
one of my
don't need a
favorites.
second one. Like
Yeah,
I don't need to
the
watch
second
another
one.
one of those, but
No.
But
yeah, there's
I'd be down for rewatch that at some point.
I
I
that's-
actually
that's probably one of
rewatched it
my favorites.
last Christmas. So
Yeah. Do you know what is really good?
the Polar Express. I haven't watched
Ah.
the Polar Express. in a
Oh,
while.
you know how
I love
there-
the Polar Express,
you
but
know
it
when you
scares
realize-
the shit out of me for some reason. That the way that you never learn the characters' names bothers me
Yeah.
so much.
it is a pretty weird
It
movie,
makes
really.
me
Wait.
creep the fuck out.
But you know what? You
Hold
know
on.
the-
You don't learn the characters' names.
No, right? The only one
Whoa,
you
I
learn
just-
is Billy.
I've watched that movie so many times.
You only ever learn Billy, who's the one younger kid with the blonde hair.
No, doesn't the kind of like black girl
No?
say her
No.
name?
It's like
Because
literally
in
the one,
credits,
the
she's
annoying
just-
kid.
she's just-
It literally says
she's just
annoying
labeled a
kid
young
in the
girl.
credits. They literally credit them as protagonist, young girl,
Yeah.
Huh.
annoying
Young
kid.
girl, young boy.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah, weird, right?
I never realized that. Holy shit. They're oh my god.
You
Huh.
learn one name, Billy, and
Yeah.
that's the kid.
Yeah, and that's at the very end when Santa says it, right?
Yeah.
No, when they're running
He
through the
says it before.
factory, and he goes, "This one's for me. It says Billy."
Yeah.
Oh right. You not ever learn the main character's name?
No,
No,
you don't.
no, it scares the shit out of me for some reason.
But you know what the ultimate sort of the the best time that you can realize that you realize you're getting older is that point when you're a kid and you realize that it's not actually live action. Point when you realize it's CG animated, because you
I
always
think
start thinking it's
I think I always knew that it was CGI.
yeah. When I was little, when I was first watching it, I thought that is live action.
How
back-
old were you when you first watched it? I mean, I don't really
I was like three.
remember.
I was like three when I
Yeah,
first
okay,
watched
that
it.
makes sense. I don't really remember the first time I watched it, so I could have thought
Yeah.
that it was CGI or thought that it was live action.
Yeah. Do you know it's a really good Christmas movie to watch, like no matter how old you are?
Hmm.
Arthur Christmas, that Aardman animated movie.
Yeah,
That was fun.
that
I
one was
like
pretty
that.
good.
Yeah.
There are
one
a
of
lot of
them-
like pretty good animated Christmas movies
Yeah,
that are
totally.
just like enjoyable.
Yeah.
And then there are like
non-animated
classics,
fun ones.
Nightmare Before Christmas.
I have not watched that in so long. It terrified me when I was like 8 when we watched it.
Oh yeah, for
haven't-
sure. It's
I've seen it
still like
once.
it's a scary movie in
Yeah.
kind of a body horror way.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's good. It's
Yeah.
enjoyable.
Do we actually just
also,
do that at the same time? We just
Do
used to
what?
scratch the back of our heads at the same time.
oh, did we?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. When we see this video, that's gonna be amazing.
Yeah,
And then,
okay, kind of a more mature Christmas movie that's not animated, but one of my favorites nonetheless is Christmas with the Cranks. Tim Allen and I can't remember his name, but
Yeah.
it's weird, but it's oddly fun and enjoyable.
Yeah.
And yeah, I don't know that. Like it's not. I'm not a huge fan of. I love action movies to a point where, for me, a lot of movies without a degree of some enjoyable action get boring, and I don't really know why because I never used to be like that. But for me, that just kind of happened as I got older. That's why kind of Marvel movies and that realm of the light humor became my favorite.
Yeah.
But yeah, I like a movie I just watched the other day, which was kind of fun because it wasn't really action until the end, but it was fun through the whole movie. Was Tower Heist, which is on Netflix right now.
I don't think I watched that.
It's with Ben Stiller as the main character, and basically they all get kind of screwed over by their boss and go on, and he bands together with this group of nobodies. It's kind of like a comedy Ocean's 11, another one of my favorite series. I love the Ocean's movies.
Hey, did
Yeah.
you know that Electro Harmonix actually released a reverb pedal called the Ocean's 11 recently?
Oh no.
Just an interesting. But anyway, now that the conversation is mine, what do you think of the new Jumanji movies?
I love them.
That first one, the second one, not as much. That was a bit
Second one
too
I
much.
didn't like.
I didn't
Yeah,
like
I,
second one, but
I
that
felt
first
like they
one-
didn't need to make a second one
They-
and
yeah, they
probably a
didn't.
third one.
What?
Yeah.
There's probably going to be a third one because the
No.
end scene where everything gets released into the real world, remember?
Oh,
Okay.
I think that the
peak
first of the new ones was like Jack Black was amazing in that role.
Yeah, that's the
Awkward,
thing,
that was
right?
the peak of comedy. In
Jack Black is
movies.
amazing.
Jack Black being
Like School
the
of Rock.
sassy lady
Like
was.
School of Rock is the best thing.
Yeah,
Oh yeah,
dude. The
Nachos Libre. Have you seen Nachos Libre?
these kids.
No,
have
I
touched-
haven't.
Oh my god, it's seriously Jack Black's best movie. He is a monk who takes up Mexican wrestling to feed the orphans at the Spanish
Is
church.
that Nacho Libre?
that is the most Jack Black sounding movie I think I've ever.
Seriously,
heard.
it's the best thing ever. He does a terrible Spanish accent the entire time.
You
But I
know,
need the food for
think
the
it-
orphans.
the thing
I've
that
had
I
so
like.
many people tell me to watch Nacho Libre, and I've never gotten around to it.
Oh, it's
The
so
thing
good.
that I like about the Jumanji movies though
Mhm.
is just the novelty of like I like the first one because it was like Jack Black acting as like
The sassy
a
lady.
teenage white girl and
Did a lip bite.
and Dwayne the Rock Johnson acting as like a pasty white boy and like all of these things but the
Pasty
second movie
boy.
I loved because um, because uh, Dwayne the Rock Johnson was acting like Danny DeVito,
Yeah.
and he actually
that
stuck
actually was
to
the
his
best part of the
role.
entire movie.
He stuck to
Really
his
well.
role for most of the movie,
He did it
which
very well.
only Jack Black did on the first movie. But yeah, just like
Him just the
Dwayne
the
the
Rock
Rock
Johnson
Johnson
doing a Danny
acting
DeVito.
as Danny DeVito was just great.
I mean,
so
Danny DeVito in
so
itself is amazing.
two of the I think
Rock's amazing,
the two best parts of the new Jumanji movies is part one of just Jack Black being the sassy young girl.
Doing the dance fighting.
The
And just when he's peeing, that was just the best thing ever. It
Oh,
has
yeah,
like a
that-
hand.
Arthur, come look at my penis. And then obviously Dwayne Johnson in the second movie acting like Danny DeVito.
That was amazing.
That
Also, I love how
that's-
I love how it was him and like his friend. So it was like Danny DeVito and like a friend, like arguing like a married couple for the entire.
I
It was Dwayne the Rock Johnson and Kevin Hart acting as two other people, arguing like a married couple, which they already do.
It's the best thing ever.
Yeah.
yeah.
That nothing else in that movie was really, the second one was really that great, but that was amazing.
Yeah. There was a lot of qualities of the first movie I actually quite enjoyed.
Me too. Yeah, like the sort of
Similar-
80s old video game-ness and just the NPC thing,
And
That was
talking
really
movies
to me.
being remastered,
NPC.
like non-player character. Just he only has the guy
Oh,
only has a
yeah,
certain
yeah.
amount of responses.
oh
That's-
yeah, the guy in the
that.
truck.
that was really good. It's like oh, what's this? It's like, oh, this is a cutscene.
Yeah.
was
Yeah,
good.
with Danny DeVito acting. Yeah,
DeVito's amazing.
Danny
talking
DeVito's
about
great.
For a long time, I thought he was the guy who wrote in my brain he was the same guy. Dan DeVito and the guy who wrote Game of Thrones were the same person for whatever reason. When I was little, I assumed that they're the same person.
George
So
R. R.
Danny
Martin.
DeVito-
George R.R. Martin.
George
Yeah.
R. R. DeVito.
They're so George R.R. DeVito. They're so different.
I
What are
know,
you-
but in my
what?
mind, they're the same person.
Why? Okay,
I'm not
I
gonna
guess that's
question
fair.
this.
When I was really little, I thought that MC Hammer and he played the genie in the remake of Aladdin.
No, that was Will Smith. Yeah, Will Smith.
Yeah, Will Smith and MC Hammer were the same person. I
Sounds-
don't know
that's kind of
why.
understandable.
The
They
Fresh
kind
I
of
Prince
think
and
they
MC
have a
Hammer.
fairly similar voice.
they
I
kind
feel
of did,
like.
and they kind of did the same thing.
Yeah.
So yeah, I thought
Family
that they were the
friendly.
same person.
Family friendly rap.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, Hammer Time is a great song.
Yeah, Hammer Time
Yeah.
is amazing.
Stop. Hammer
Hammer
Time.
No.
It's Hammer Time.
Actually, speaking of things that we
It's
thought
pop
when we
time.
speaking of things we thought when we were younger, when I was
Bugger
young,
Time.
I was convinced that a gay guy and a lesbian girl could be a couple because a gay guy was attracted to feminine qualities and a man and a woman was attracted to masculine qualities and
Why is that so
vice versa.
funny?
I don't know.
It's just so wrong.
Hey,
So not true.
I
I
mean,
believed that until I was 11 for context.
wow.
Oh,
It
you
went a
dicks.
lot. It went on a long time. It wasn't even sexist or any kind of this. I was just like, oh well, this makes sense. Because, you know,
Well, yeah, of course. I mean, they could.
she's
Yeah,
attracted
totally.
to the feminine qualities. He's attracted to the masculine qualities. Why wouldn't it?
Oh my god.
And
Yeah.
and on the note of remastered movies, have you guys seen the MIB remake? MIB International.
It's been
No.
recommended to me on Netflix a few times, but I haven't watched it.
It's okay. So it's
I like both of the
It-
main characters, like both of
Yeah.
those actors, but
I like them in Thor Ragnarok too. They have a very good on-screen chemistry that seems
Yeah.
to work well. But no, it was interesting because I went into it going like, oh, this is gonna be a shitty remake, and it was actually really fun. It was just a really fun movie. Like it's not comparable to the old MIB. Like the old MIB, to try and compare them and not just consider them part of the same world, it's not a similar enough story to be a comparison, to be compared, of a comparison to be compared. But as a movie in general, I actually really enjoyed it. It was just funny and silly, and Chris Hemsworth did a good job as kind of like the badass agent who actually just really isn't that great at his job, except when he needs to be good at his job.
Yeah.
And then
I like Chris Hemsworth. He's a good actor.
Yeah.
I really liked him in Thor Ragnarok. That's a great
Yeah.
Marvel movie.
Yeah,
Okay,
Or,
I need to rewatch that one.
Or
Thor Ragnarok is my favorite Marvel movie for no reason other than its sheer degree of childish humor.
Yeah, but the recent Spider-Man, that first Spider-Man one's actually pretty cool, good.
yeah, that
Homecoming?
one's good.
I've always been a Spider-Man fan, so yeah.
Yeah.
But Thor Ragnarok was great. I love
Yeah, that was good.
what was his name? Krung?
That slug
The
guy or
Rock?
whatever.
Or the big
Krog? Yeah, the rock dude.
Yeah,
rock. Oh, Korg. No.
Korg? Yeah.
Frog.
The Australian chunk of rock.
Yeah. He's
Australian
great.
chunk of rock.
Like,
yeah,
the
Rock's
scene
Australian.
where they're like walking around the infinite room and
Oh, that's good.
and he was like so I tried to start a revolution, but I forgot to print enough pamphlets, and so only my mom came. That's such a fucking funny, like, that it's such
Like
he's
my
such a
stepdad.
funny character.
Yeah,
I want a scene where Ant-Man's friend, what's his name? That Mexican actor who talks really,
Oh, Michael Pena.
yeah, I want that character plus
Rock dude.
Korg, rock dude, plus I feel like there's one more character that talks really interestingly.
Yeah,
Korg.
Korg.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Korg.
so Korg and that dude to have a conversation.
yeah,
Actually, want to know what would even be better? Just like before they release the next big like Avengers or Spider-Man movie,
yeah.
those two just like
Guardians of the
sit down
Galaxy
in a
movie,
room
yeah.
together and explain the entire plot so far in
That'd
in
be
their
really
style.
useful. That'd be really useful.
That would actually be a really good marketing technique,
Because I
people
can
are gonna
barely even
share the
remember
shit
how it's
and
going.
meme the shit out of that.
Because I can barely even
those two
remember
just-
what happens in it.
Just talking. Just that needs that just needs to be its whole own Marvel movie. Just those two in like big armchairs sitting by a fireplace having the weirdest conversation ever seen.
Having sipping fine wines, eating croutons. But just quick lukewarm take: Elf is the best sort of family Christmas movie.
It is
Okay, yeah, I can
And
understand.
do
that.
any of
It's
you
too
remember
cringy for me.
Lego Power Miners?
Okay,
I
Any of you
remember
remember-
the sets.
Yeah, I remember that. Do any of you remember? That was crazy. That was like the biggest thing for a while, but then
Yeah,
yeah,
it was pretty big.
that's
I
like
only
just
had a
that slightly before
few-
Ninjago. That's just that slightly before Ninjago.
Yeah, I wouldn't say that Elf is the best Christmas movie. I like Polar Express and
Yeah.
like Nightmare Before Christmas better. And even like an interesting Christmas movie if you want to watch it is Klaus, I believe it's called, which is a
Yeah, that
Christmas
was
horror
interesting.
movie.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Very novel.
But would you say that's a good lukewarm take?
I think my personal.
Yeah, that's a good lukewarm take.
Great.
I think my personal favorite Christmas movie is The Grinch with Jim Carrey.
That's a good one.
I'm a big Jim
Yeah.
Carrey fan, and
Yeah.
his acting in that movie is the physicalities of it, the tones he uses. Just the man is a comedic genius.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely a good one. I'm
Mhm.
not sure what my favorite Christmas movie is. Also, why
Yeah.
are we talking about this in May?
No idea.
It's
But,
all summer, baby.
Okay, possible
Oh, yeah.
lukewarm take, which won't be very lukewarm if you guys don't know the show, but Leverage is the best show of all TV.
I diagnose
No
you.
idea what that is.
I diagnose you with lukewarm. because I have no idea what you just said.
Yeah,
It's-
that's like
okay, so
extremely
Leverage-
lukewarm because I have no fucking
Yeah,
clue.
I'm lukewarm
Leverage
about
is
that take.
Leverage is this show that it only went 5 seasons, which was a good thing. Is I'm glad they didn't run it to a point where it turned bad, because that happens to
Yeah.
almost every TV show.
Yeah.
It went 5 seasons, and it was this group of 5 thieves, and there was a grifter, a hacker, a hitter, the mastermind,
Got their role.
and then
Spy,
burglar.
acrobat.
Yeah, the cat burglar.
Yeah, they burgle a lot of cats.
Yeah.
I've always wanted to see a
and,
movie about a cat burglar, but they actually just burgle cats.
Just like an 80-year-old lady that runs into people's homes and steals
Exactly.
their cats.
Yeah. See, this is
I
a
mean,
podcast production film.
there was that old lady that taught her cats to steal things from her neighbors.
Oh, you're right.
so
And
so
she
that's
took all
kind of
their
a cat
socks and
burglar.
stuff. That would be an amazing movie based on real
Yeah.
life.
Yeah,
No,
it's-
it really wouldn't. Want to know what would be an amazing movie?
What?
So back
Podcast the film, like
few-
Bohemian Rhapsody style.
no, please God,
No.
no. But a few like 1,000 years ago ish, Asia had the only production of silk in the world. They had a monopoly on it
Yep.
until 2 dudes hid some silkworm eggs inside a wooden cane and walked them back to Europe. And I want a movie full of like a comedy movie
Yeah, that'd be
about those
amazing.
2 guys, right?
I feel like one of the people
Like
that
a
does that-
Drake and Josh
no,
style
it would have to be
comedy.
like Jack
Mhm.
Black and no, not Jack Black. It would have to be what's the guy who was an elf?
Oh,
He
yeah.
would. I feel like he'd be
Will
perfect
Ferrell.
for it. I feel
Will
like
Ferrell
would be perfect
and
for it.
Will Ferrell and like yeah.
You know, I'm not a huge Will Ferrell fan, to be honest. I don't know why. I think his comedy's always a little bit young, which is entirely a personal preference.
Yeah.
I like slightly more mature.
That's not
comedy.
really his fault though. That's more him
No.
being typecast into movies.
No,
where-
I'm just saying like the roles that he usually gets cast in are
Hmm.
more of that. Yeah, I guess I'm not a fan of Will Ferrell movies.
Yeah.
Like Elf was a bit young. Like personally, I loved School of
Yeah.
Rock because
Yeah.
it was a good comedy that you could watch when you were younger, and
You could just
Instead-
get more and more jokes.
yeah, you get a really good laugh out of School
But
of Rock.
even if like you watch it like just
This
twice in
is
a row,
going to be
get
a
more
hot take.
references. Yes.
Mm.
Don't like School of Rock.
I
Didn't
can
enjoy
s-
watching it any of the times that
I
I've
can
watched
I
it.
can sort of see how someone would. Personally, I really like it, but I'd say that's
Yeah,
Jack-
actually,
you either like that movie or you don't.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's
like
there's no
cilantro.
middle ground.
Yeah, but cilantro is actually a genetic thing.
Yeah.
About some people actually it can taste the bitterness and some people don't. But yeah.
Yeah, like that point in School of Rock where he gets chased out of the school.
Oh, that was
after-
amazing, and he has his
after-
keyboard and the guitar.
Oh, well, where he says, "I have touched these children, and I believe they have touched me."
And I'm pretty sure that they've touched me too.
That scene in School of Rock.
And
Oh
just,
man, I didn't get it when I was younger. I was just like,
Me
huh?
neither.
Why is everyone running? Then I got older, and I must have laughed at that for like an hour. Just
but you know what makes that movie even better? So you know the Ned Schneebly, the guy, his
Yeah.
roommate, that was actually his neighbor in real life.
yeah,
He was the guy who wrote the movie for Jack Black specifically.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
Just because he knew him, kind of knew him. So he's like, so there's all these crazy things that does, like the eyebrow trick and his covers band. So basically just took the movie and just wrote in every crazy thing that he does into this movie. So that he doesn't, the goal is for him to not have to act in it.
My
Yeah.
favorite Jack Black movie that I've ever watched is
Not just
probably
Libre, watch it.
okay. I'll try. But it's probably fuck. What's it called? It's the movie about his band. uh,
Uh,
and the guitar pick of
oh, Tenacious D.
Tenacious
Tenacious
D
D. And the Pick of
Yes.
Destiny.
and the
I'm
pick
yet
of
to watch. I'm
Destiny.
yet to watch that
Dude,
one, but I've listened to all their albums.
we
I-
should watch
We
that.
need to watch. Yeah, we need to watch that.
I should
Yeah,
listen
we
to
should.
Tenacious
Yeah, we
D.
should watch
No,
that.
seriously, just their song Tribute. Just so
Oh,
good.
it is.
Tributes.
This is
to Mass-
just a tribute.
Tribute. I wish you were there. It's just a matter of opinion. Oh, good God. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but anyway. Yeah. But okay, so I know how Will Ferrell looks just like the drummer of the Red Hot Chili Peppers, Chad Smith. Like literally identical.
No.
Scarily.
Oh no, seriously, look it up. Like just look up both of them at the same time and it's amazing. There's things where they dress in
So-
the same outfit.
Who?
Drummer of Red Hot Chili Peppers, Chad Smith,
And
Will Ferrell.
Yeah, they look.
They look, but I've always
Fairly
one thing, but it's like the parent swap where it's both of them switch positions, and just do. I always thought that'd be the absolute best thing ever.
oh my god, one is
Right?
like a slightly more melted version. Like Chad Smith is a slightly more melted version of Will Ferrell.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's shockingly accurate.
I know.
Huh.
Yeah, but that I'd love to see a move where it's like the Parent Trap, but it's the two of them switching each other's roles in life, but they're actually playing them each other. That'd be the best.
That would be fun.
Yeah. Yeah, but I think that's a good thing to leave off this episode of the podcast on.
I would agree. Yeah.
Yep.
Oh,
You can like,
that's
subscribe,
our-
yes. Ring
there's
that
our
bell button
backup
if you want
episode.
to, or not.
Yeah.
Yeah, as long as you subscribe, so we feel better about ourselves.
Yeah,
Bye bye.
it's really just an ego trip thing.
Yeah, the podcast is an ego trip. We could just be hanging out and not recording ourselves, but
Yeah. But you know,
Just
this
want those
way we
likes.
actually
It is what it is.
yeah.
probably a bunch of pedophiles watching us.
Hello, Craig from Russia.
Hey, how's it going?
Hello, Dave from
Low at most
Lithuania.
floor.
Why Lithuania?
Why not?
I might have some family from Lithuania. Anyway,
I have some family from Lithuania.
I have
Cool.
family from Poland.
See
Cool.
ya.
Nowhere
Adios.
close. Bye.
as they say in Russia,
Goodbye.
До свидания, comrade.
what?